Ubisoft came up. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yes.
my
Ubisoft came up
gosh,
and they came
dude.
up strong. It was a
They
funny
killed it.
conference. It was entertaining. It was to me, if they were a first party, if they had a console, they would have won E3 in my book.
Yeah.
But they came out with this game called For Honor. If you guys love anything about medieval times and fighting, samurais, Vikings, it looks so cool, man. It's like
For
imagine a
Honor.
big battle with four people thrown into this big battle on each team, and so you're fighting amongst the NPCs, and it's all melee combat. It looks
It looks
awesome.
incredible, dude. I love that game because I don't usually get into games where they're like little minions. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's not my thing. Um, but this game, oh my gosh, like just the variety. I want to play as the samurai. Like you know what I mean? The super offensive, not very much defense, but I'll kill you in 2 hits.
I
Like
went Viking when I
Nice.
registered for the beta.
oh,
I
did
picked
you? You went
yeah.
Viking? Oh man,
Yeah,
it
man, I
just
love
looks like it's
Viking's like the manliest man in the world, bro. It's like, I mean, just dirty, raw, takes a beating,
Samurai's way
yeah.
cooler.
It yeah, Samurai's way cooler.
Dude,
But
have you ever
here's the
seen How to
thing.
Train a Dragon? That movie's amazing. Those
Oh my
Vikings are
gosh.
awesome.
Come on, dude.
Those
I
are the
actually
Vikings
did
you
get to play
choose?
this game.
You choose those Vikings?
Whoa,
That's
wait
your
a second.
idea of a Viking?
Wait a second. Tinks got to play this game. Tinks, tell us about it.
Okay, so I don't play these types of games. Like I played Chivalry once, and like it was really
Yeah.
laggy, and I sucked really, really bad. So I was like, I'm done with this. But yeah, it's really smooth, and the controls are actually really easy for a newer player. So I think you guys are going to be really happy with it.
Man.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it looks like a game that I could get
We
into
were-
without having to be like obsessed about. You know?
We were at the basically we were at the Uplay Ubisoft Lounge for an entire day. We missed a whole day of E3 because we were there talking with the Division devs and stuff like that. So they had For Honor and they had the new Assassin's Creed, and then of course Just Dance, and and then the Division. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it was fun.
dude, like I said, Ubisoft, insane. For Honor, go check it out. The Division. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I can just turn off the podcast. I don't even need to say anything.
Right. Drop the mic right there. Boom.
I mean, dude,
Division.
this game looks so insane.
I'm so glad you guys are excited about this. I'm so glad because I couldn't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I have been calling this game out for a long time. I know a lot of people on the internet have, but like as soon as I think it was like 2 years ago when I saw the first concept art, I was like, this is insane. And when I heard what time of game it was, and me and Noel Zero have been watching this game for a long time, so we're gonna have to have Boomsling on and Shiv to come talk about it as well with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Because I know everybody does this podcast because we talk about Destiny. When the Division comes out, we will also either have another podcast about the Division, or
Yeah.
we will this podcast will consume both games because
We'll call
I
it D&D.
yeah, D&D, because it will definitely be taking up our time. I'm so pumped. I mean, new gameplay saw. I mean, the fact of and let me say this real fast, Tinks, and then you got to tell us all about your experience with it. But when you see the trailer or the gameplay that they showed at the conference, where the three guys that go in and they see some NPCs, and all of a sudden two people walk up behind them and they notice they have some gear that's higher level than them or whatever, and then they see what they do. Well, those two people end up attacking the NPCs, and then the three people help along, and then they go to the next area, and there was higher level NPCs. They don't attack them. They go to extraction point, and while they're at the extraction point, one of the guys in the team of three says, "Hey, let's take out the other two guys." They go to take out the other two guys, and one of the three people go down. They kill the other two, and why the other teammate that was still alive out of the three is looting the body of one of the dead ones. She says, "Hey, pick up our fallen, comrade here," and he just stands there like, pick him up," and he's like, "Are you what? Are you leaving us?" And he leaves the team
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
kills them
I
all and
lost
takes all the
it.
loot. I stood up at my desk at work and I just like, oh my god! And everybody's like, "What's wrong with you, dude?" I'm like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't be watching E3
Right,
while I'm
maybe
chilling at work
not,
all day."
yeah.
But dude, I was going insane.
That was so awesome. Yeah.
So Tinks, tell us, how was the Division
okay.
firsthand?
Okay, so first of all, for anyone who doesn't know, like you need to educate yourself. First of all, second of all, it's a role-playing open world game, third-person shooter, and like it's in New York, mid-apocalypse. So it's like it has like the RPG inventory management stuff like that. But the cool thing about it is the dark zone, which is what Too Loud was just talking about. How you go in there with your friends and you try and get this loot, and this loot is contaminated, and you have to try and get it, and you have to try and extract it out. Now, we got to play that part of it, me, Chiv, and Boomslang, and it's very team-oriented. So if you have teamwork and little skill, I feel like, I can't say for sure, but I feel like you will dominate over 3 people that have, or it's going to be 4, but in the testing it was 3.
Breaking news right here, people on aim.
Oh yeah, okay, it's going to be 4,
people.
not 3.
4 people. It's not Destiny.
So with little skill, then I think that you'll beat them. So there's a lot of coordination, there's a lot of talking. So when we went in there, of course, everyone else is kind of like on their own, but then it was me, Boom, and Chiv, so we had a lot of coordination, and the devs were like so like impressed. And when we saw them at the Ubisoft party afterwards, they were like, "You guys were the best of the day!" Like after the whole E3 was over, because we were representing Resolute. Yeah, it was. But yeah, it plays really smooth. You guys are not going to be disappointed.
How's the cover mechanic? Is it really smooth? Like the cover mechanic is really smooth?
Yeah, like it's hard because I was screwing up so much because it was an Xbox controller, so it kept saying to press B, and I was jumping over crap because I was pressing X, you know. So, but anyway, yeah, no, it's really smooth. It is. There's nothing like when you're moving, when you press the button, it just go like everything, like it's just so good.
So she just said something that I hope you guys caught, and that is she played it on an Xbox controller. To me, that would tell me, and I'm not sure, and tell me if I'm wrong, Null Zero, and Tinks, I don't even know if you can say anything about it, but does that mean exclusive content's coming to Xbox?
I think they have the first wave.
Okay. Okay, no, I don't know what I'm supposed to... we were supposed to sign an NDA before we went into the Uplay Lounge, so but they didn't say we couldn't say anything, so I'm not sure what I signed about, but... there is going to be, okay, if I remember right, there's so much E3 shit in my head. Like, I can't, if I remember right,
you did.
There's going to be...
You did. Stop talking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stop talking.
Yeah, stop talking.
You're done.
I signed
an NDA.
You're cut.
Okay.
Yeah, you are
so
cut.
we're not, but it was on the Twitch. It was on, like, the Twitch thing. I'm pretty sure he said it on the Twitch thing.
I'm pretty sure that Xbox has...
I think he said it on the Twitch
the early access to content. I don't think, from what I understand and what I've read, they don't have exclusives like Destiny, from what I've seen, but they do have.
I do know they get early access
first.
to the beta. I do know they get early access to the beta.
The beta. That's the only thing I heard that was exclusive.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is if they have that relationship,
I'm pretty sure I can promise you
it is that relationship.
That they're gonna have early DLCs, stuff like that, month early, something like that.
So Shiv said early access, no exclusive. That's all we can say. So. Don't say anything else.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna whenever they can be released from the NDA or whatever, we will have to have them on and talk some more Division as well. I could talk about this game forever. I'm excited for it. They had Just Dance, Siege, which I'm pumped about. Siege, everybody knows. I've said it 1,000 times on what's that on the screen.
Siege looks really good. Siege, it's going to be what I liked. What he talked about Siege was he was saying that they want to put a lot of players into a very high stress, close combat quarters and make them talk, make them do teamwork and stuff like that, because when you put people into a high stress situation, they will talk to each other. So they're really going to be community oriented on this game, and I'm really excited for that.
And that was the one thing
they revealed.
Go ahead. Is that you could tell that like they from the alpha, like way back when, you know, they have made changes and they're listening to the community. I was watching Jack Frags do some gameplay on YouTube, and the game is ever changing, and it's gotten a bit slower. There are no more hit markers like when you're shooting through the wall, so you don't know for sure that you're hitting somebody when you just randomly spray through the wall. So they're really notching this up. It's not going to be like Counter-Strike like everybody's trying to make it out to be. It's going to be its own thing, and it's going to be awesome.
Not going to be anything like Counter-Strike. There's so much more to it. It's not just shoot and kill. I feel like Counter-Strike is just shoot and kill. There's so much more to it than that.
Yeah, Shiv said Siege is a one-shot kill, quick kill times, and huge communication requirements. So
right, and gadgets and all that stuff.
Yeah, tons of stuff.
Robot cameras. Yeah, that's what I said, dude. This is tactical nuts.
Dude, this is a game I think we'll get huge into as well. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Hey, kind of funny said it's the best. Assassin's Creed always has these spectacular, freaking awesome, trailers, right? They have this amazing trailers. They always have the stuff, and their question to it was, when I was watching Colin talk about it, was, when you see this game as it's evolved over time, from the melee combat, and everything else that we've seen so far, all of a sudden now we're getting into the, basically in the Industrial Revolution era. And now you're going to start having different types of guns and different things start showing up. So the combat's going to change. How is the game going to change, right, with this? And, how much more Assassin's Creed does everyone want? And, Greg said it the best on Kind of Funny was, hey, I wish, they're not huge into Assassin's Creed, but they're like, man, I really wish I had that game where every year I was pumped that my game came out annually, right? And so, they do a great job, man. They always sell a ton of copies of this game. It looks cool,
whether it works or not.
It looks like Assassin's Creed, and it looks nice. They do a pretty good job with them. I did hear that there's no multiplayer in this one, so
they want to focus. They want to focus only on single player. They wanted to put all their efforts towards that, which is really good because
a good thing.
Yeah, it's really good because in the past they have failed at that. So
no co-op?
Stick with what you're good to. I mean, what you're good at.
No, Zero's going to ask it again. No co-op? I don't think so, bro.
No
I don't
co-op.
think so.
That's insane that they spent all that time with Unity and all that, getting it up and running to...
But Unity was a fail, man. I mean, as far as what the community thought.
Everybody said it was, but it still sold a bunch.
And the multiplayer...
That's because it was packed in the Xbox Ones.
I mean, the multiplayer on,
but they don't
on
like whenever
the
sales. Whoa! Did you just say Black Flag was bad?
No, the multiplayer.
Oh, I was like,
hold on. It was. She's correct about
and
that.
in this corner, we've got a redhead coming in. And we'll talk about her weight. And in this corner.
No, I think that's crazy that they went for all this co-op stuff and then they ditch it immediately.
Because I feel like they failed at it. That's why they're going. I think it's a good thing.
Well, I think the co-op would be the thing. Like, they're half, but
look, dude,
multiplayer, competitive multiplayer isn't worth it, right? But their co-op, dude, games that have co-op do best.
I know, but I get that. But the best argument to this is that they have so many co-op games coming out and multiplayer games. They want to appeal, and I get it. There's a lot of people that don't want to play co-op games, and they want to play that single-player experience. I mean, Colin Moriarty, on Kind of Funny, does not play multiplayer games. He does not like them, and there's still a huge, but there not a whole lot. His huge thing is single-player games, and there's a lot of people like that will sit on their couch and they want a gaming experience for themselves. And I think
don't see a problem with offering a Gears of War like.
I don't see a problem with it either. But
where you can have three people, but you're not hindered by not.
Because look, if they can polish the game better in a year, you have to think, dude. They only have these studios only have a couple years to make these games. Instead of throwing out crap like Unity, they're going, hey, look, we're not going to focus on that. We're just going to put out a good game.
And they said that. That's
well,
exactly
I believe
what they
that
said.
when they put out another good game other than Black Flag, because I honestly think most of the Assassin's Creed, most of them blow.
You know what? I don't care. You know why? Because Ghost Recon got announced.
Wait, can we back up a second?
Again, I was waiting.
Let's talk about Just Dance a little bit more.
Just Dance.
Who cares about that?
I played Just Dance for about 6 hours on day 2. I'm just kidding.
I was about to say, you spent 6 hours of E3 time on Just Dance? I was like, kick her out of the call.
You're about to get.
You hurt my rotator cuff just now.
Not only did she played it on the Wii, not the Wii U,
on the Wii.
because it's still being released on that system.
What the heck, Nintendo? What?
Thank you, Ubisoft, for being the only third-party company left making games for Nintendo. All right, that's it. I don't want to take any more time on this.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Ghost Recon got announced. Wow.
Looks sweet.
I don't even really want to talk about it besides the fact that they showed one mission. It had 3 different ways to attack it, and the final way just shocked the tar out of me. It was awesome. It was, the particular one that they showed was taking over some of the drug cartel down in Mexico, and it was just phenomenal. Dude, if Ubisoft can do anything right, one thing is they do trailers amazing. They make some freaking amazing trailers, and it also looks like they're making some freaking amazing games. I mean, to me, what it looks like is they've almost taken some of the engine and stuff, almost like the Division looks like, but they're like, hey, look, here's a tactical shooter kind of in that aspect of that world, and it excites me, dude, because it's like they're building on what people are grabbing onto, and they're listening, and it looks freaking awesome.
Yeah. And what makes me excited is they did Ghost Recon. I can't think of the name of it at the moment, but they have a free-to-play Ghost Recon on PC, and that game is incredible. Like, you can go in, you can spec out your guy, level him up, and all that, and they have microtransactions because it's a free-to-play. But, like, I'm like, so, okay, you take that base, add in the Division engine. Oh man, we're gonna have an awesome game here.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I'm a tactical shooter kind of guy. Like, Battlefield was always my thing. Call of Duty, I like all that type of stuff. And so for me, it's like coming back home, because Destiny was a stretch. It was the first type of game like this that I had played. So I will be playing the ever-loving crap out of these games. Like,
Yeah.
Division for sure, because it merges both my favorite new worlds, right? And definitely, oh my gosh, Ghost
Ubisoft,
Recon.
just take my money. Take my
Hambone.
paychecks.
Hambone. Are you going to be that guy at the end that kills his friends or no? That's
Yes,
what I want to know.
I most
okay.
certainly
Too
wanna
loud.
be
Too loud. You. Too loud. You.
No, man.
Okay,
Kidding
Josh.
me?
You.
No.
Find the word friends.
Any 2 other people in here in this call?
If you're playing on Xbox with me, no.
No. Okay. Noel.
Would I do it to anybody in this call?
In this call, yeah.
No.
Oh, in this call, yeah, I didn't know we were talking specifically.
Oh, no,
about
no.
this.
Hey,
Well,
don't
I
you wanna
said
go
you
back?
friends. I said friends. Are we
Well,
not your
I mean,
friends?
Well, we could put like Kyle the Anxious in my group.
Oh,
of
yeah.
friends,
Okay.
and I would most
Okay.
certainly do
Any
that to
friends?
Kyle.
That would be
Any
hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh my
I would,
God.
I'll turn on
okay.
Kyle.
So never to the podcast, guys, but definitely Kyle or Carl the Assist. I would definitely just to get under his skin. I would definitely take all his loot at the end of a very long mission.
I could talk about these Ubisoft games all night, man. They were just incredible, man.
I do have a question. I have a question about these games. And Tinks, I'm hoping you can answer it.
Okay, I'm
And
hoping so too.
I want to know if you guys agree with me. All of the Ubisoft games, all the way back from when I started playing them on the original Xbox, Rainbow Six 3, and I played Ghost Recon Advanced, Advanced Warfighter or something like that, I think was the... I love
right.
those games. The problem I've always had with them, they've always been fun, but it always feels like you're shooting a character from Paper Mario every time you kill a guy. Like, there's no... It doesn't...
I don't play Paper Mario, so I don't know that reference. But
Well,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. It feels like you're shooting a paper target, right? Versus, like, Destiny, when you shoot something, it feels like there's weightiness to it. Like you're...
Ragdolls out,
like,
yeah.
But the ragdolls were almost too light in all of the Tom Clancy games. Even Vegas and stuff as they progressed. Did this feel like you were shooting? And it sounds like, I mean, it kind of sounds dark, but like, did it feel like you were shooting a piece of meat? You know what I mean? Or
No,
was it
no.
like-
There's some impact there. Like you can. It feels like no. At least the Division. I didn't really pay attention to the others as much, but at least for the Division, I think you'll be happy about that. Honestly.
I think Ubisoft's taken a really good turn over the past couple of years, and we've seen it as they've gone. And I think this is just like, kind of like their icing on the cake. Like, hey, this is what we've got coming. This is what we've been working on. This is the turn we've made, and I'm really excited. I mean, I'm super excited to see it. So,
Yes, sir.
we'll